I have lugged around years of shame, heavy like the matted mane framing my gaunt face. Multiple years of enduring torment and maltreatment at the hands of my own kin, only to be the first young lion discarded, forsaken by the pride that raised me. All of it had taken a toll. The hatred in my father's eyes.
What the hell is wrong with you?
He consistently muttered insults in a tone dripping with revulsion that left me with a sense of emptiness.
You can't be a cowardly lion. It's an embarrassment for the entire community. You aren't going to make it if you don't toughen up.
My father ridiculed me. His words cut deep, carving a path of destruction. A path I would follow into depravity. I was always incredibly on edge. The smallest of surprises startled me. At times, my anxiety and fears would grip me so tight that I'd find myself immobilized. That's not befitting of a lion. A lion is courageous. I was a coward. A pitiful excuse of a true lion. There's no way I could integrate with a coalition of other adult males. I feared them. They too would shun me, and I doubted my frail heart could withstand another rejection. My first day alone was spent nervously searching for food. I jumped back at every small animal I crossed paths with, making it impossible to sneak up on prey. As the sun started to set, I gave up the idea of eating and redirected my attention to finding shelter. Hours later, I stumbled upon a shallow, seemingly abandoned cave. My legs felt like lead. Despite my fatigue, apprehension caused me to be cautious. As I entered, I timidly searched for any inhabitants before finally collapsing on the rocky ground. The grip of hunger gradually tightened its hold on me. I can look back now and say, hunger and isolation cause a remarkable transformation. Like a seed planted somewhere deep in your psyche, its roots extending and wrapping around your mind. My perception dulled. Colors, texture, life itself drained away. I grew indifferent. The weight of depression was suffocating. Days later, I came across an animal carcass, picked so clean it was difficult to tell what animal it once was. There was so little, but it was enough to ward off starvation. Days turned into weeks. Months onward, I had changed, aging years within a fraction of that time. I was smaller than the majority of lions my age. I remained mateless, far removed from any community. Nevertheless, my mindset had shifted from self-pity to impulsive rage and an unyielding survival instinct. Delirium, like a fever dream, crept into my psyche. Before I could perceive the erosion of my sanity, it was already lost. Angry voices of my father echoed ceaselessly in my mind. Gradually, all semblance of conscious control slipped away. Disassociation, I believe they call it. Not that its label is significant. Another force took command. Fearlessness mingled with thoughtlessness in my actions. I was only concerned with myself, my wants, my needs in the here and now. Was I still a lion, or had I become a beast? On that fateful day, I caught wind of something unusual. The old me would have fled from the slightest hint of another creature nearby, but now I found myself untroubled by the idea of encountering another living thing. This time, I didn't hesitate for a moment. I was drawn to the sound of singing and the scent of a human. I had watched my siblings fight. I never thought I could bring myself to that level of brutal violence. Yet, here was my chance to be courageous, not cowardly. I had to prove to everyone that I possessed that capability. I wanted them to regret their doubt in me, and these poor souls were to pay the price for my unhinged madness. I seized the opportunity. I did my best to approach swiftly. Positioned above, looming in the shadows, I waited until they were almost right underneath me. With a menacing snarl, I aggressively pounced directly on top of them. I recalled yelling, "Put 'em up, put 'em up," before my consciousness betrayed me, plunging me into darkness. The overwhelming carnage and bloodshed that greeted me when my sight returned. Oh God, what have I done? I know it's been a while since I've done any narration. I feel like I have forgotten how to do this. I've been writing this story off and on ever since I released the Tin Man story. It's not that I didn't want to narrate, I've just had very little to no motivation. I really just want to say that I haven't forgotten about the narration community. You guys are honestly some of the most supportive people. And trust me, I've been through some not so supportive people. It makes me very thankful that you guys still accept me whenever I do show up. I mean, I still hang around in the shadows. I haven't gone anywhere necessarily. I'm just not as active in the day-to-day stuff. It's amazing to see how many of you have grown, not just in subscribers, but in your skill and your quality of videos. Makes me really happy to know that people I've been friends with for damn near 3 years are doing so well. I love you all so much, and even though this story might not be my best work, I hope you enjoy it.